Now that I'm not a vampire anymore, I think we should take it more easy with the adventuring things. I feel as fragile as a skeleton.
Just you and me against the world now.
Good morning. Nice. A warm hearth and warm beds. Who could ask for more?
Can I help you? It's the least I can do. All right.
I've got your back.
少し眠ることにするわ。
I'd read stories about the Solitude Windmill, but I didn't expect it to be that big. I never really understood why some people would prefer to pad themselves with more metal. Yes, their figure is more sturdy, but now they're much easier to hit.
So how do you suppose...
少し眠ることにするわ。
To that man from the Bard's College?
If you're heading to the Blue Palace, you might want to rethink that outfit.
Now that I'm not a vampire anymore, I think we should take it more easy with the adventuring things. I feel as fragile as a skeleton.
Keep the cold at bay with our spiced wine.
I found the boat. I warned you, but still
Spiced wine to warm the blood.
So, what do you want to talk about? Are we ready then?
Spiced wine, the taste of home and heart.
Doko?
Wow, this temple truly looks like something else.
So, you've done it. The men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters. Yes. Which is why I allowed this violation of all our traditions. But regrets are pointless. Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim.
So, Arn, you know what? You're going to let us in alone.
You are not invited here. You're not welcome.
We have as much right to be at this council as all of you. More, actually, since we were the ones that put the Dragonborn on this path.
Were you? Hubris of the Blades truly knows no bounds.
If it were up to you, the Dragonborn would sit dreaming on this mountain doing nothing.
Delphine, we're not here to rehearse our grudge. The matter at hand is urgent.
The architecture
Alduin
truly
must be
something.
stopped. You wouldn't have called this council if you didn't agree. We know a great deal about the situation and the threat that Alduin poses to us all. You need us here if you want this council to succeed.
Very well. You may enter.
You know, you're like a fine wine. The more of you I drink in, the better I feel.
Why delay? Please, take your seat so that we can begin. Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin. I hope that we have all come here in the spirit
You
of...
insult us by bringing her to this negotiation? You're Chief Talos Hunter?
That didn't take long.
Here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation.
I used to be an adventurer.
You can't dictate
but then
who
I
I
took an
bring to
arrow
this
to my
council.
heart.
Please.
You're a great shot.
If we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere. Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard. The nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh? To think that I would sit down at the same table with that. Thalmor bitch. Either she walks or I do. Maybe so, but bringing her here is a deliberate provocation. Tullius needs to know I won't be pushed around. It feels like a mistake to me. But I'll bow to your judgment on this. But she is to observe, nothing more. We are not negotiating with her. Is that clear?
Ulric, why so hostile? After all, it's not the Thalmor that's burning your farms and killing your sons.
She's supposed to be on our side?
You know exactly... No. Not this time.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I have something to say first.
Here we go.
The only reason I agreed to attend this council was to
I'm
deal
famished.
with the dragon menace.
Could we go to the
There's
nearest
nothing
tavern
else
and
to
grab
talk
something
about.
to eat?
Unless the Empire is finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't
We're
be able
here
to
to
resist.
arrange a temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. I consider even talking to the Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just come here to make speeches, or can we get down to business?
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tulius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth.
I'm
That's
glad
our
we're here
price for
together,
agreeing to a truce.
if you know what I mean.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
Jarl Elisif,
General, this is
handle this.
outrageous. You can't be taking this demand seriously. I thought we were here to discuss a truce.
Elisif, I said I'd handle it. Ulfric, you can't seriously expect us to give up Markarth at the negotiating table. You hoped to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle, is that it?
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be entirely
What would the
out of
Empire
character.
want in return?
Wait, General, you don't intend to just hand over Markarth to that traitor?
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough. First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire, and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth. The rift would help secure our communications with Cyrodiil. and threatened Ulfric's southern flank. You heard what she said, Ulfric. We've made you a fair offer. Are you serious about these talks, or are you just here to posture?
I expected better from you, Dragonborn. I came here in good faith, and now it seems you help the Empire at every turn. As for you, General Tulius, I see now that Garmar was right. Talking to the Empire is just as useless as ever. If you think you can hold Markarth, you're as deluded as your Emperor when he signed away our freedom to the Thalmor. Skyrim will never again bow to your false empire. Let's go, Garmar. I should have listened to you in the first place.
You always were a fool, Ulfric. You're no better at diplomacy than you are in the battlefield.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your petty disagreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me, and I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
A very pretty speech. But what does it have to do with the...
If he's right about Alduin, we both have just as much to lose here, Tullius. Remember that. Now, back to the matter at hand. Don't hand me a mug of sheep's piss.
Now that I'm
and
human
meat.
again, shouldn't
These
you know
tips are
not
still
to
not
take me out
acceptable.
on late-night
I'm sure you have
escapades?
something in
I'm
mind.
tired.
Damn right we do.
You surrender Falkreath to us. Sidgeir steps down, and Dengir of Stun resumes the Jarlship.
Where do these demands stop, Ulfric? Do you expect me to surrender all of Skyrim?
It seems I have no choice but to let the Dragonborn decide. Although I'm starting to doubt your fairness. What say you, Dragonborn? Spoken like a true daughter of Skyrim. I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
It seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric, General Tulius, these are the terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's
Just
forces.
you and me against the
Jarl
world
Idmund
now.
will step down.
Not that I'm complaining.
And Songvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Leila Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften. Falkreath will be turned over to Ulfric, and Dengir of Stun will return as Jarl. You both agree to this?
The Sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Alyssa? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tulius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty.
I just
The
can't
Empire
stop
can
thinking
live with
about
these terms,
food.
yes, for a
Delicate
temporary
and
truce,
sweet rolls,
until the dragon menace is
pies,
dealt with.
pheasant
After
roast.
that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on. We have a lot of work to do.
Giving up Markarth is a heavy price for this truce, Dragonborn. I hope it was worth it.
Jarl Balgrove, I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan?
Yes, I'm ready to do my part. Just say the word, and my men will help you spring this trap.
But the difficulty remains how to lure a dragon to Dragon's Reach at all.
Well, that's an excellent question. You haven't overlooked that little detail, have you?
I believe I can be of help here. I anticipated the problem. While you were arranging this meeting, I was busy in the library of Skyhaven, an unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised up. Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with a voice, he will hear you wherever he might be. He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge. Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon. After your victory over Alt, I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call. Ah, indeed. I'm no master of the voice, like these worthy gentlemen, but it is written here in this scroll. Oblivion, winged snow hunter, as I read it.
There's one more thing. We know about Pathurnax. There's one more thing. We know about Pathurnax. Pathurnax, the dragon that the Greybeards have been protecting for all these years. He needs to die. He deserves to die. And it falls to you to kill him until he's dead. Well, I'm sorry, but we would dishonor our oaths as blades if we continue to help you. Make your choice, Dragonborn. You're either with us or against us. Here's the big picture. He helped Alduin enslave our ancestors. He may have betrayed Alduin in the end, but that makes him worse, not better. We can't afford to give Pathurnax the opportunity to betray us in turn and return to his old master.
So what's next for our adventures? Ready if you are. Winds howling.
You did well here today. I don't think the truce will last long, but that will not be on your account. Now you see why I've warned you against them bloodthirsty barbarians. Yes, but understand, during the days of Alduin's rule, all dragons were his allies. There was nothing else they could be. If not for Pathurnax, Alduin could not have been overthrown. It was he that first taught men to use the Thu'um. Kinnereth has placed the voice of wisdom within you, Dragonborn. All you need do is learn to listen to it, and your path will be clear. Yes, but understand, during the days of Alduin's rule, all dragons were his allies. There was nothing else they could be. If not for Pathurnax, Alduin could not have been overthrown. It was he that first taught men to use the Thu'um. Wind, guide you.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
行かなきゃダメなの？あら。
Well, this castle definitely looks better than the one back on the island, that's for sure.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boot. Good job. Father says I'm too young to train with the sword, so I practice with my fists.
We're ready, Dragonborn. Just say the word. As I promised, my men stand ready. The great chains are oiled. We wait on your word. My men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my city in your hands.
I never really understood why some people would prefer to pad themselves with more metal. Yes, their figure is more sturdy, but now they're much easier to hit.
Go ahead and call this dragon of yours. We're ready. We're ready when you are. You do have a plan for luring a dragon here, yeah?
No, I'm not. I feel as fragile as a skeleton.
Steady now. Keep under cover until it's down.
Here I am! Nivarin, Jorah!
I've got a bad feeling about this. Good enough. Get back. Get back. We need to trap him, not kill him. That's it. Now wait until he's well inside.
Wait.
Now, quickly.
Well, you asked for it.
I think it's holding.
Ovuta med Kodav.
You're quite the skilled archer, I must say. You'd probably have to try to miss than to
Zokfrini
actually
Grin
hit something.
Kograd Runviki Dovahkiin. Ah, I forget. You do not have the Dova speech. My eagerness to meet you in battle was my undoing, Dovahkiin. I salute your, low cunning in devising such a Gramindol stratagem. Zuubonar, you went to a great deal of trouble to put me in this humiliating position. In Sir Alduin, No doubt you want to know where to find Alduin. Renik Vaza, an apt phrase. Alduin Boval. One reason I came to your call was to test your Thuum for myself. Many of us have begun to question Alduin's lordship, whether his Thuum was truly the strongest. Among ourselves, of course, Muni Mae, none were yet ready to openly defy him.
Once Lord Croesus, innumerable pardons, I digress. He has traveled to Sovngarde to regain his strength, devouring the Silesure, the souls of the mortal dead, a privilege he jealously guards. His door to Sovngarde is at Skuldafn, one of his ancient fanes high in the eastern mountains. Mindoran pa ok midove navarantil. I surely do not need to warn you that all his remaining strength is marshaled there. Zuulost ofan hinlan. Now that I have answered your question, you will allow me to go free? Well, Croesus, there is one detail about Skuldafn I neglected to mention. Only this. You have the Thuum of a Dova, but without the wings of one, you will never set foot in Skuldafn. Of course, I could fly you there, but not while imprisoned like this. Indeed, or in Britbro, I cannot leave here until you defeat Alduin, which you cannot do without my help. You have reconsidered my offer, Onikan Kron? You will release me, Roland, if in return I promise to take you to Skuldafn and stop helping Alduin? Onikan Korav Gain Mirad. It is wise to recognize when you only have one choice. And you can trust me. Zuni Tarudis. Alduin has proven himself unworthy to rule. I go my own way now. Free me, and I will carry you to Skuldafn.
Incredible. Sir, you have no idea how long I have waited for such an opportunity. I would be most appreciative if you would permit me to perform some, tests on you, purely in the interests of the advancement of knowledge.
Be gone, mage. Do not test my promise to the Dovahkiin.
I assure you, you will not even notice me. Most of them are hardly painful at all to a large dragon such as yourself.
Arengard, very bad idea. Even for you.
Surely you wouldn't miss a few scales, or a small amount of blood.
May, what are you doing back there?
Arengard, enough, fool! May the gods watch over your battles, friend. Keep safe.
Something to tell the grandkids, eh? You sure about that? You want to let that dragon loose after all the trouble to catch him in there? Your funeral. Someone else is gonna have to help you get him back in there again. Get ready to open the trap. This
seems like a really bad idea to me. Carry on, soldiers. This is all part of the Dragonborn's plan.
All the gods.
Was nu? Dini dein Rufe erst war.
I'm glad you're here.
Let's go.
Is that a... Oh no. That's your plan? Let me make sure I understand it. You ride a dragon to an ancient burial mound, alone, and then travel to a realm of Aetherius. There, you defeat Alduin, and somehow come back to the world of the living in one piece. Yeah, I can't exactly say the plan sits well with me. But you could die. And you are the first person I've ever trusted. The only person I've ever loved. Please, don't go. There has to be another way. Alright, it's not easy. No, go. Save the world. There's no keeping you back. Gods, I want to see you again so badly. You better come back alive. Now go, hero.
Saran Uth, I await your command as promised. Are you ready to see the world as only a Dova can? Zuk Brit Uth, I warn you, once you've flown the skies of Kaizal, your envy of the Dove will only increase. Amativ. Mu Bokotin Stinsalok.
You're either the bravest person I've ever met, or the biggest fool.
May Kinneret guard you while you pass through her realm.